Yes, beer lovers from all around the world. We're back with another episode of the Belgian Beer Maniac, and today I'll be reviewing a Belgian Scottish Ale. But before we start, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell button below the video so you stay up to date with all my new uploads. And for those of social media, you can follow me on Instagram and on Facebook, and you can also follow me on Untapped under the name of the Belgian Beer Maniac. Alright, so today I'll be reviewing Watneys Scotch Ale, which is originally a high fermentation Scottish beer, which is being brewed in Belgium since the First World War and has an alcohol percentage of 8% ABV. So this is the bottle. Now I have to be honest with you, I don't recall that I've ever drank a Belgian Scottish Ale or a Scottish Ale in general. So yeah, I have actually no idea what to expect of this, and yeah, therefore I will not prolong the introduction of this beer any longer. So let's head straight into the beer tasting and smelling and pouring, of course, but then in the other way around than what I just said. So let's head into it. Yeah, sorry, I don't have the matching glass this time, so I'll be using my no brand glass. Already smells a bit fruity, aromatic. Now, as you can see, the beer has a dark red color and a beige, light brown foam top, which looks almost like caramel to me. So, yeah, pretty curious. Actually, when I keep the glass in the light, you can really see the reddish color in the beer. So, looks pretty beautiful. So, all right, let's have a smell. Smells like caramel. Has a little bit of a coffee smell, like a very sweet coffee with too much sugar. Maybe some chocolate or something. No, definitely not chocolate, but there is something like caramel in it. Has a little bit of, I don't know, like fruits, but some kind of, not strawberries, but damn it, what is the name? Framboos. I'm looking for the word in English for framboos, which is a fruit, and it kind of reminds me of that. Maybe I will come up in it later. So, all right, let's have a sip of my very first Belgian Scottish Ale. Cheers, guys. Wow. That is a handful of flavors. That's a really creamy texture as well. Almost like you're drinking a Baileys, but then less thicker. So, but yeah, wow, it's really pleasant, especially for a dark red beer, Scottish ale. Like I said, pretty surprised by this. There's definitely some caramel in it. Yeah, there is something like forest fruits in it. Damn it, I'm still searching for the word of framboos, but I think that kind of fruit is in this beer. I'm not quite sure, but it does remind me of that. It also smells a bit roasted. It has this smoky flavor as well when you taste it, like roasted smoking. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what yeah, that's the um, taste it gives me. Yeah, I'm kind of bit I'm kind of bit out of words because I'm kind of overwhelmed by this. Like I said, it's the first time, and so many flavors. Mm. Oh, it's really smooth. It's so warm, like it's almost like you're drinking a hot cocoa with cream on it. That kind of feeling gives me, like it's so welcome to drink. If that makes any sense to you guys, but yeah, it's very pleasant. Mm. Definitely the caramel is on top. Now, as for the beer type, it's pretty obvious where this beer type goes, and that's with the Scottish Ale. I do have to admit that I have no experience in Scottish Ale. Like I said, this is my very first one. But yeah, if they all taste like this, then I think Belgian Scottish Ale or Scottish Ale in general will become one of my new favorite beer types to drink, because this is very full, very pleasant, and even now outside it's like 32 degrees, and this beer is so full of aromas that it matches perfectly, and I'm like sweating like hell right now because it's so warm in here. But yeah, this beer is very delightful, very generous, smooth, perfect. As for the history part, Watneys Scotch Ale was being brewed by the Brewery Union, which was located in Humid and is a part of the township of Charleroi within the province of Hainaut, which is located in the Walloon region of our country. Now, in 1978, the brewery was taken over by Alken-Maes and closed in 2007, if I'm not mistaken. Now, unfortunately, this is the only small, legit info that I could find about Watneys Scotch Ale. I do read a couple of articles on the internet by some fishy websites, which I did not trust, that the beer goes back to somewhere in the 1600s. It's also mentioned on the label of the beer, which says 1636. Yet, mostly that date on the bottle doesn't mean anything, so I'm not quite sure, yeah, when they really started. But I did read that Watneys Scotch Ale, or Watneys in general, was basically located in the UK and had a very high end up somewhere in the mid 1800s. Yeah, then the First World War came in the early 1900s, and the beer was being brewed in Belgium. So unfortunately, that's the only more or less legit info that I could find. So if any one of you has drank this beer before or knows this beer better than I do, please enlighten me this time about the history part, which you can always do by leaving a comment in the comment section below this video, as I'm surely curious to learn more about this beer and where it comes from. Now, for the information about the current brewery, I've included their website in the description below this video. And yeah, I think we have reached the rating time. This is gonna be a very hard one. I do know that I've rated most of my beers very highly, but that's because I genuinely like them all. And this is gonna be another one that really surprised me. As for my personal rating, it is really, really full of flavor. That caramel in this beer is so overwhelming, but so welcome. Like, I'm actually not a big fan of chocolate or caramel. I'm not that kind of a sweet guy, you know. When I eat stuff, I'm more of a chips guy. But not that it has to do anything with this, but then in fact it does, because in this beer, the caramel flavor doesn't really bother me, and I actually really love it. It's so perfectly together with this smoky roasting taste that this beer gives me. So yeah, I'm very amazed by it, or better said, surprised. So as for my personal rating, I have to take again another sip. So cheers, guys. I think I will give this beer a nice 7 to 10 points. Now, if you have tasted this beer before, please let me know in the comment section what you think of Watneys Scotch Ale, and if there's anyone out there who knows the correct history of this beer and the brewery, you can always enlighten me by leaving a comment as well. Now, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and give this video a little like. And yeah, hit that bell button so you stay up to date with all my new uploads. Cheers, guys.